Hello again, Vince here, and another day on the Rolls Royce Silver Spirit. I think in this episode today I'm going to attempt to refit the front valance. Now that's easier said than done, because when I took it off, every single screw was rusted and every single bolt broke. So I think I'm going to have to weld new bolts onto the plates in order to get the front valance back on. But it's such a long time ago now, it's been about a year, I can't fully remember what's what. I do remember that the valance was all twisted, I think up on this side here, because there must have been some sort of accident damage or something, and it was wedged up into the bodywork, so the valance wasn't straight, it was kind of going up. From it being off the car for about a year, I think because it's plastic, I'm not sure, but to me it looks straighter than it was before. So just by fitting it back on the car, if we do it in the correct position, it might kind of straighten itself up. Also, I need to just put back on the, there's a little plastic cover that goes around here. You can just see where it used to go across there, because I had to do a little welding repair in here, and also I put a little bit of Waxall and stuff in there as well. So I need to fit that, so I'm going to have to probably jack it up, take off the wheel for that. But maybe we'll mess around with the front valance to begin with. So let me get it out of the shed and then we can get started. Got everything out ready, and now we got thunder and lightning, so everything is absolutely sopping wet. I'm not sure, I might have to call it a day today and do some editing instead. Right, it's brightening up a little bit now. Sun's out, so hopefully it will dry up quick, because I don't fancy lying in the wet grass doing this. So basically the problem I've got is there's certain parts that you're not going to be able to get to, so they have bolts welded onto here that go through to here, and then you just put the nut on from this side. The problem is, as you can see, they've all rusted off. So let me take you down the shed and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm basically going to weld new little bolts on, but I'm going to use slightly smaller bolts, so hopefully then, even with the weld, it will still fit through the holes. So if you have a little looky here, I'm going to be working on this one here. This one is intact, it's the only one that is intact, but I need to do this one here and this one here. So I've got some massive washers from my dad here, and I found this little thing here. This shed's amazing, it's got everything in. This was the kit that I bought, but I think this is going to be easier to weld to, because these are all painted black. So I am going to basically, when it comes to this one here, get the angle grinder, and I'm just going to grind around here till I get to shiny metal, because I'm hoping the rust is only going to go so far. And then if I can just weld on, rather than having to drill out all these bolts, which is going to be a headache, I'm just going to try to weld on this onto here. Obviously I need to hacksaw this bit off, because I only need it to be so long, and then I can put a washer on and a nut as well, and that way then it's all going to be okay. And because of the washer, it doesn't matter if there's a bit of breakage on the other part that I'm going through, because that will hide it. Like for example, can you see here, there's breakage here? Yeah, the washer will cover that. When it comes to something like this, the washer's never going to cover that. That wasn't me. Remember, this car has had a lot of damage to it, so that one's not going to be fixable there. But if it's held on here, here and here and here, it's not going to go anywhere. And I'm going to cut it the same length as the original one here. Right, here we go. That's them on there now. So I think it's going to be ample strong when I tighten them all up. So let's get them on the car and see what it looks like. Right, I've got the first part on, which I'm happy with. So you can see this little fiberglassy plastic thing down here. And if I shine the light in there, you can see the 3 bolts going through there, there and there. So yeah, the washers really stand out because everything else is black. But once I spray a bit of underseal around there, then that's going to cover that all over, and it's going to look like it did originally. Well, no, it won't look like it did originally because the washers are too big, but it's going to be better than just having nothing there at all. Right, it's very slow progress today because the rain, it just keeps on and off raining. But anyway, I've managed to get these ones on here now. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to put this inside one on, and then I can screw up into all the holes here. But I think it will need to come off again because there's metal trim that goes across here, and there's supposed to be a special fix in here that I haven't got. I'm yet to buy. But again, I can worry about that at another stage. So yeah, I'm going to get this on here now, and then once I've done that, I can do a bit more work on the valance. Actually, there's an access hole here, so I can just undo these to get access to that metal trim. That's probably what it's there for. Isn't that interesting? Made to be repaired. Oh, amazingly, they're all lining up. Right, so that is back in its home now. So that finishes up that area quite nicely. So now I'm going to get the front valance on. Right, so with the front valance, I can show you some of the accident damage. So with this bit here, can you see there's two holes? And also there's two holes here as well. They've got to go on here and here, and they're going to go this side off it. So they're going to go like that side there. So the rubber goes on this side. But look how bashed over this one is here. This needs to be coming out straight, and it's all the way over here. So basically I can't get this on the inside, it's on the wrong side. So yeah, 100% this has had some sort of impact down here, but nothing major, nothing serious. I'm just going to get some pliers and a hammer and use a bit of gentle persuasion to get that back over here. Obviously I'm being careful of the pipe work here. Right, I'm getting there with the valance now. It's been an absolute nightmare. You know why? Because I put these things on first. And because I put these on first, it hasn't given me access to the nuts and bolts underneath. But luckily I got my son to help me, and we've been like pulling it out, and then we've managed to get the bolts in. So yeah, I now need to try to do up the screws and stuff under, where is it? I don't know, under here or something. And I need to tighten up this side as well. So yeah, it's been incredibly hard, but already, obviously the car's at an angle. I think, I'm not sure, I think that side needs to go up more, but I think once that side goes up more, I think then, I think it will look pretty similar both sides. And do you know what? It has really finished off the front of the car. So I'm happy. I'm just going to struggle to do it now while it's still light. Right, at long last, I have got the valance on. I'll have to show it to you another day when it's light. But basically, shine the light up. It is now on, and that's a bit of rubber that hangs down there. I'm not sure where that's supposed to tuck up, but that's the dirty side there, so it does go that way round. So that's it there, and I'll flatten the car back down on its wheels in a minute. But I think the valance looks pretty straight, which is amazing because when I first forgot the car, it was all over the place. Let's get the wheel back on. Also, my son's here today. He has sanded back this, but we didn't have time to varnish it. But he sanded back the doors, all of the wood around the place. So I'll put a coat of varnish on that another day, or maybe he'll come back another day and then they can do a coat of varnish. I've completely lost the light now. Also, there's a proper party kicking off down the road, so I think I'm going to have to mute this bit here because I think I will get done for a copyright strike. But what I'm going to do is, I haven't actually checked to see what lights do and don't work really, because it's not often dark when I'm here. I'm rushing at the end of the day, so I've got my son with me. He wants to start the car, so we're just going to start it up, and then I'm just going to get him to put on various lights, and we'll see what is and isn't working. So we're ready to start it up. Now look, interestingly, these are incandescent ones that I changed, and over there, but do they look better than the ones at the back? Not so sure. I don't know whether to go for white or yellow. I still haven't made up my mind. Anyway, it's a decision for another day. Right, okay Ben, so pump the pedal twice, just to give it a little bit of and again. Right, and now turn that, make sure it's in park. Yeah, now turn that once. Okay, and now when you turn it again, that's going to start it.
That's it. Yeah, don't rev it yet. Let it just tick for a minute or two. Try the horn. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. Yeah. Okay. Right, give it a little blip. See if it's going to be run nice. Give it a little bit. And again. Nice. Right. Okay. Should we do the headlights to begin with? So do half lights. Let's see what comes on. Right. So that's that. We'll look at it. It looks such a meanie. Right. So they're working. Let's see what's happening at the back. Right. Number plate lights are both on. And they're working there. Fantastic. Right, now put it on full. Put it on full. Right, let's have a look now. Yeah, okay, so they're full. And now we have to see if the flashers work in the main beam. Right, no, leave that on there now. So now do this one to here. So now we've got the blue lights on here, and I can see now. So no. Yeah, leave it on that. So I can already see it's lighting up the shed. And now take them off, flash it again. Yeah, nice. Oh, flash it one more time. Ah, hold on. This one's working. This one's not working. So we need to sort that one out there. Now, Ben, do the indicator for me. Yeah, and do it. Yep. Right, so there. So that's flashing too quick. So that means the bulb's gone out somewhere. Right, so it's not working at the back because the bulb's gone out, and that's why it's flashing quick. Right, do it the other way. Right, let's see now. There we go, that's flashing properly. Right, so that's nice and bright. That's working there. And that's working there. Excellent. Right. Now, how do we do the, so turn it off. Now, could you do hazard warning? Is there a thing? Where's hazard warning gone? Hazard warning. Yeah, pull that knob there out. No. That one. That's it. Right, now let's see if the hazards are on. Obviously, this one's not going to be on here. But yeah, that's working. Working. And also nice and bright as well. Right, turn the hazards off. Now, fogs. Let's see what's happening with the fogs. Wow, the fogs are actually working, unbelievable. Could you turn the fogs off? And on again? Unbelievable. I just want to check there's no fogs out the front. On and off. And off. No, okay, no frog lights out the front. I think that's it. We just need to check the reversing light now. So, Ben, what I want you to do, this is really important. I want you to put your foot on the brake. On the brake. And I need you to put it into reverse, but keep that foot on the brake. Right, let's see if the reversing lights are on. Oh, that side, not that side. Okay, and put it back into park. Right, so we've got a reversing light out there. Do reverse lights one more time. Yeah, and off. Back into park. Okay, and now put your foot on and off the brake. No way, I didn't realise that the brakes were there. And on again. I didn't realise that were the brakes there. No, leave it in park. Yeah, okay. And on the brakes. Perfect. So, we've got a hazard, we've got an indicator not working, we've got a reversing light not working, and I think an intermittent fog up the front. I think that is about it. And let's see, is it lighting up here? So let's close the door. I'm just going to jump in the other side. How good is this? In fact, I'll jump in the back. Well, there we go, and I can see now that I can actually see the speedo there. Fantastic. And I can see the one. I know it's not coming up in the camera, but I can see the speedo there, and I can see the one next to it. But for some reason, I can't really see it in the. I can't see it very well through the camera, but they are lit up. Excellent. And Ben, pull you know that switch top right hand side, top right where the lights are. Pull it out towards you. Right. And is there a panel dim somewhere? Where it says panel dim.
Panel dim here.
Yeah. So right. Put the interior lights off. So hit that switch in No, that's it, in. And now do the panel dim. Do it both ways. Right, so the panel dim's not making any difference. Okay, that could be because there's an LED light in there. What a result. So if I turn that on there, whee! Well happy with that. So yeah, a bit of work to the reversing lights and also the indicator. We'll get that sorted. Maybe I'll do that next time I'm down here, but that's it for now. So we're back on a car now, and you can see the front valance. It looks really good. It's finished off the car really nice. I'm going to make it back to black, so it's going to look good. But look at that, it's really the car. I didn't think the front valance would make much difference, but this is the first time I've seen the car, and it actually starts to look like a proper car. So yeah, imagine now if the paintwork was done. I think it's come together. It's just starting to look more straight, you know? Like when I first got it, that front valance was all over the place, but look. It looks nice and straight, doesn't it? It looks like it should look. So what I'm going to do today is put that back to black. Annoyingly, a fox has deposited its yesterday's food on the grass right where I'm going to be, so I've got to sort that out. Don't worry, I won't film that. And I'm going to put the metal strips down the side here, the chrome strips, and also I want to sort out the lights if possible. Anyway, for all of you that say that I'm penny pinching and I need to do the car properly, this is where I'm fully justified in doing this on a shoestring, yeah? Guess how much little clips cost that go here and the other side. So these are all push fit for the chrome trim, but on this front bit here you need a little clip, yeah? Guess how much these two cost? They didn't even give me the nuts to go on the other side, yeah? And they go through and you get a nut on the other side. Why on earth would they not give you the nuts? Because if these have rusted through, surely the nuts are going to be rusted through as well, yeah? Anyway, what are you thinking? £4? £5 for two of them delivered? £6, £7, £8 for them delivered? £15 for them delivered? No, those two there delivered £33 and 10p.
Ha ha.
That there, my friends, is the perfect reason why those comments are so irritating. I really don't think people that write that sort of stuff actually understand how much the parts on this car costs. Did I get ripped off? No, not at all. I fully knew the price before I bought them, and if I was doing it again, I would buy them all over again. Because the alternative is trying to make my own in the shed, and how many goes is that going to take when I haven't got one to compare to? It's easy now when I've got them in my hand, but when you haven't got one to compare to, you know that that's going to take hours upon hours to do, and even then, it will probably be the wrong thickness. This, I'm just going to slide in and hopefully it's just going to work. But I just wanted to show you as an example of why you cannot buy new parts on every single part of this car, because it really is just not feasible. Well, I've washed down the front valance now. I'm going to give it a bit of a dry, and then I'm going to put this Auto Gleam bumper gel on it, because it did a really nice job off the other black bits on the car, and it's still lasting now a couple of months later, so I think it must be quite good stuff. Obviously the car hasn't been driving on the road, maybe it won't last as long then. Annoyingly it's drizzling today, but I've got to persevere. It's okay, it's not the sort that gets you soaking wet, but I had to pay the £12.50 ULEZ to get here, so I need to make sure now, because before sometimes I think, yeah, I'll pop along for a couple of hours, but realistically if you have to pay £12.50 every time to enter the zone, then I've got to make sure I put in full days when I'm here. So yeah. Right, okay, let's get this dried up and get some gel on it. While I'm waiting for that to fully dry, I've wiped it with a cloth. I'm looking at the trims now. Annoyingly, like most things, it's not going to be straightforward because it's, you know, my car. This one here looks in good condition, apart from you can see where the original one is completely rusted through and it's kind of pushed it out. So I'm going to have to angle grind through that to get rid of that. And then basically, this is supposed to go in here, like so, and be you know, be held in. These are quite nice. These slide along the place, these plastic things, and they still all look intact. So I'm going to have to do that, and then I've got to bend this back into shape because the rust has bubbled it right out. This one, unfortunately, is in a bit of a sorry state. Can you see the kink? Can you see the kink around about here? So when I lie it flat on the grass, can you see how much it's sticking up? So I'm going to have to straighten that, which is going to be easier said than done. Might be okay though. If I use a bit of wood or something there, try to bend it round, or maybe over my lap I might be able to push it down, because that's where it's kinked out from, this bit here. But look at this bit here, this is all bashed in. So this is all bashed. I'm going to have to
try to get that back into shape. Again, I'll use wood, pliers, and maybe rubber or something like that, so the pliers don't mark it up too much. But I'm never going to get rid of that kink in the middle there. That's what it should look like, nice and flat. I'm not going to get that back. So I'm going to wear some goggles, and I'm just going to use the Having Fun Repairs Dremel tool, and I'm just going to cut through that there. Wow, it just disintegrated into dust. Look at that. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Look at that. Just completely and utterly gone to nothing. Wow. Right, so apart from a good clean-up, I think I'll be able to just bend these back in quite nicely, I'd say, without much bother at all. I'm just going to use the hammer on this bit here. I'll do it on the grass so it doesn't dent the other side. There we go. Well, that one's pulled in really nicely now. So I think when I get the proper one on that, that's gonna go lovely. So that's going to be the passenger side. They are actually, it looks like they're reversible, they work on either side. It's just that this is the side with the damage, so this is the front. I mean, I could move it all along to put the damage at the back. Would it be less noticeable at the back? Thing is, I think really, wherever the damage is, it's going to be noticeable, isn't it? So anyway, passenger side is good. So now what am I going to do with this one? I think I'm going to have to try to flatten it out here.
Now, if you're a professional panel beater and you've been in the industry for probably 30 or 40 years, you might be at my kind of skill level. So feel free to use the techniques that you see in this video. Hopefully it will bring you plenty of business in the future. If it's too technical for you, I'll just help you out a little bit. You get 2 pieces of wood and a hammer and you hit and hope. Right, now, my mate Vince Massive time. The members this month are kitdigital.com, Kip Hakes, Max Rokotansky, Having Fun Repairs, Chris Seal, Felipe at MrKeebs.com, DJVG, Pigsy, Robert from Timsy's Auto Air, Daniel Watson, Anthony Dean, Bazza2, Russ Melanson, Gaspar Heller, Rickard Bergland, Jacob Colpin, Matt Rawlins, Soul Reaver 555, Dorian from Hooverlux Restorations, and Angry Owltech. Actually received the Sega Game Gear from Angry Owltech, so hopefully that'll be coming up in a video in the next month or so. Now, anyway, back to the panel beating, and yeah, let's see how badly this has actually turned out. When you watch it on YouTube, it all looks easy, but when you've got 2 pieces of wood and a bit of hammer and 0 skill, it's not so easy.
Right, so that's the good side there. Yeah. And this is my one here. Obviously, it doesn't look as good, but it doesn't look awful. Remember, you're looking at it now from 6 inches away. I think when it's down here, I think when they're both on the car and they're low down, I don't really think your eye's going to be drawn to it very much. So let's get these fitted. Quite amazing really, because think about the age of this thing and the plastic, unless it's been replaced throughout the years, I doubt it though, the plastic little clips here are still rock solid. I've been moving them around the place and they're showing no signs of snapping or anything like that. So they just go into these little plastic things here, in a way, if you can imagine, like a wall plug. So there's one missing from here, but luckily in my bag of screws I found one, so I'm going to place that in there. And now it should be a case of just bringing this home, and then I can clean it all up afterwards. I've cleaned this side and it's come up amazingly well. So it shows you they must have used, you know, I don't often sing Rolls Royce's praises because in this car there's so much wrong, but they must have used some pretty thick chrome plating on that. And that's the whole thing. Actually, would the whole thing be stainless steel? I think it would be, because there's no rust anywhere on it. So yeah, that must be a massive lump of stainless steel, which is really nice. Right, I'm going to start lining this up now. Obviously I have to move these into the correct position, but I need to, yeah, I need to kind of work out where it's going on the car to make it perfect. So I presume it has to be the same from this back wheel arch as it does from the front wheel arch. Let me get that measured up now. Well, I've had a look online and I can't really see, bear in mind I'm looking at my phone, I can't really see close enough the distances involved, but I can't go much further back than that because you see there's a curve there. So I think it is going to be just in the middle off either side there. So what I'll do is I'm nearly there now. I think this needs to come and maybe a centimetre forward, and then I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the middle from that part there to the wheel arch from the front to the wheel arch to the back. So annoyingly I should have done this the other day, but I'm going to struggle on the other side anyway. There is a tiny little access plate just here. You can see just here the little access plate, so I'm going to get my little stubby screwdriver in there and I'm going to undo them. I might need to remove the wheel and stuff, but I'm hoping if they come undone I will be okay. Also, I found some nice big washers in the shed and some bolts from my little pack here that fit perfectly. What I'm not sure about is when to put a spring washer on. So I know a spring washer is to put pressure on the nut so it's less likely to vibrate loose. But I'm thinking on a car, absolutely every single part then should have a spring washer because the whole thing's vibrating, but that's not the case. So how do you know when to put a spring washer on or not? I'm going to do it in this instance here, but yeah, I don't know whether originally this would have had a spring washer or not. So obviously there's quite a bit of mud on the little screws in here, so I'm just using a bradawl and I'm just scraping out the flathead screws, just scraping them out. It's good that they thought to do this. It makes it nice and easy to repair if you do need to take this off. I can still smell the lovely new tyres. I'm loving these white balls. So happy I got white balls. There we go. So that's the access little panel there. What a great idea that is. Also good to, if you wanted to spray Waxol or something in there, you know. Excellent. Right, let's get this on. Yeah, I'm going to do it vertical. Now once I get the nut started it'll be fine then. Yeah, I got it started. Result. Right, okay, I'm going to try to measure from here to here and at the back as well and try to get it lined up, then I can whack it in everywhere. Right, as it stands now, I haven't actually moved it, but it's 5 centimetres front and 5 centimetres back. So if I go here to here, you can see, well, let's do it this way. The wheel arch there, you can see the tip of that is 5 centimetres. Now this isn't punched in, but again, if I go here, you can see it's measuring 5 centimetres there. So I think I'm just going to go with that. It shows you your eye's not often wrong. You know what, it feels like it wouldn't be enough to hold them in, but I suppose with the bolt at the front it would be. I would have thought they would have bolted the front and the back, but it must be sufficient to hold it in. Right, that ain't going to go anywhere. It's nicely tight. And the nut that I used a 10mm on it, and it is an M6, in case you want to do the job yourself. Right, okay, I am now going to put this little access panel back on and do the same over the other side, and then we can give it a nice clean. Right, that side's on now. I haven't done the other side. If I'm honest with you, when I had them on the grass, I was really happy, and I thought that, you know, they looked really good, even the damaged one. But it's just annoying, the damage is exactly where the light catches it, because it's kind of at a 45 degree, so the light bounce off it. So now all I can see is the damage at the front. Honestly, whenever I look from the wing mirror forward, that's all my, in fact I can even see it in the camera, through the camera lens, I can see the front section. Now maybe it's just where the light's bouncing off it, and maybe from other angles it will look okay, but
The weird thing is the chrome strip should make it look better. I'm not too sure if it does. I mean, I'm leaving it on there, but yeah, to me it doesn't really finish off the car very well at all. I've had a look on eBay. Somebody is selling one for £108, so it's not the end of the world. The thing is though, is it going to be even as good as this, or is it going to be worse? But if it really annoys me, maybe it is something that I can buy at a later stage. But yeah, I think maybe I'm just unlucky at the moment and the light's probably bouncing off it. We'll put on the other one and I'll see how I feel. Right, this side does look much better. It is a shame that there's no fixing up the back here, because I mean that is a little bit loose. What I might do is I might pop it out and I might just put like a pencil or something in here and then push down just to get this bit to go sit in a bit more. But yeah, this side looks really nice. See if we have a look there now. That looks good. So perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Waxel in via that hole there, and that will at least get the front part off the sill. And then I can put that side back together, and then I can do the back to black on the bumper. Right, so the front's been Waxelled up. Let's see now if I can sort this out here. Yeah, there's no other holes, so it is supposed to be spaced like this. So I'm going to put that there and see if I can bend this bit in a bit so it goes against the bodywork. Oops. Oh no, plastic clip's broken here. Oh no, creased up the oh no, bent up the stainless steel. Might get away with it. Hold on, let's try to ease this bit out here. I should have left it alone. Do you know what, it's okay, it's underneath. I think that is going to be I think that's going to be okay. Let's put it back in. Yeah, there we go, it's against it now. That's pulled it in there nice now. I'm happy with that because it's no longer sticking out. My eye's not drawn to it, and also it's not going to make a rattly noise. Right, that's all the back to black done here, and it's come up very shiny, probably a little bit too shiny, but that will dull down. I do like the way the grille is slanted up like that and goes down a bit. Reminds me of a Ferrari when you look at it from there. That's of course until you look up here and then it's just a big block. But it's yeah, look at that with the chrome trim going down there now. All slowly coming together. Let's look at these lights and see if we can get the lights working. Right, so we know that this one here was playing up, but it is working, so I think it's just going to be well, it has to be a bad connection, doesn't it? Now obviously it could be something else to do with a switch or something, but if that was the case, both of them wouldn't work at the front. This one and this one here, so that says to me it's just going to be either the bulb itself, or more than likely I would say it's probably going to be that block there. But let's see if we can take out the whole thing, because I think this rubber, I haven't done it before, I'm wondering if the rubber just kind of peels back and then it gives me access to, if it gives me access to change the bulb, you know. So I'm going to put the camera on the tripod, I'm going to try to take that rubber out. Yeah, the rubber comes out. Right, and that gives access to the bulb in there. It has got an earth terminal on it, and that's a little bit loose, but it's very clean. And there's another terminal in the middle. Oh, okay, yeah, you squeeze it. There's little kind of butterfly type clip. You squeeze it, and then that will come out. Let's have a look. There we go. That's it here. Not sure if you can see that or not. Right, well, that is... No, you must buy it. How does that work? Do you buy it with the lead, or does it clip in? Let's put that bit back and let's clean up. Ah, here, you must buy it like this. Right, let me get my contact cleaner, and I'm going to clean up the contacts here and that block down there, and I think then it will be working fine.
Well, I don't think it's going to be the actual lamp itself, because listen, when I shake it around, don't want to do it too much, but it's not breaking continuity. So if the filament there was on its way out, then I'm sure that that would be coming and going when I'm using the multimeter. So I think the lamp itself is fine. So let's sort these bits out. Undo this completely from here. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be the connection here. Can you see? It's just chalky. It's not clean. Yeah. So let's get the tripod down and give it a good sort out. So grinding pen would work here. I'm just going to use a little bit of sandpaper. There we go. So if you look at it now, I was cleaning the top one, but it doesn't go anywhere, so that was a waste. So now I'm going to spray it with the contact cleaner, and then I'm also going to scrape this on the other side, see if I can crush them a tiny little bit, and then yeah, I think that's going to be working just fine.
Right, this was certainly a lot easier to take out than put back, because things like the rubber boot and stuff was easy to pull off. It's very hard to push back into place to make it all waterproof. Also, I didn't realise that the little halogen light has a square taken out of one side and a circle on the other side, so it will only fit one way. To begin with, I thought it could fit in 4 different orientations, but it can't. Once I worked that out, it was okay getting the butterfly clips back on, and when it came to the actual connector block, I put a cable tie around it because it felt a little bit loose, like it wouldn't have taken much for it to vibrate loose. But with a bit of contact cleaner and with the cable tie, think about it, it was working before intermittently, so surely now, once it's all been cleaned, it has to be better than it was before. I'll test it all at the end after I've looked at the reversing light and the other indicator. I had to do some of this work the other side of the bonnet, because it's easier to get your hands when you're the other side of the bonnet, but obviously you can't see what you're doing. It's not an easy job, but at the same time it's not impossible either. It's just that the hinge from the bonnet is actually in the way when you do this particular light. But anyway, it's back together now, so we're going to move on to the indicator at the back, and let's see if we can fix that. Hopefully access will be easier on the back of the car.
Actually, before moving on to the back, I want to get this back on place here, because yeah, I just like it. Now, although I am man of IPA, I'm just going to try to use WD-40, because apparently this will also work for sticky stains. Look at that. Straight off. There we go. Nice and clean. And somehow, against all the odds, the levels are still staying steady, which is amazing. Right, let's do the lights at the back. Well, summer's drawing to a close, because it feels like I'm losing light already, and we're only at 7 o'clock. Right now, so this indicator here is not working, so let's see what's going down. So it's this one here. How do we get to it? Alright, nice and easy. You just twist it and it comes out. Well, I think it's probably more likely to do with the rust. The connection doesn't look great, but you never know, it might be the bulb. Let's get the multimeter out. In fact, look, that one's coming loose. That's loose. I think it's just going to be a connection there. Let me get a phone, camera on a tripod, and we'll measure up that bulb. It's on continuity mode. Yeah. Bulb's okay, and this one wasn't working at all. So it's definitely going to be a contact issue, or annoyingly it could be a fault with the actual wires, but I hope it's not. I hope it's just a contact on here. So I'm going to give everything a clean up here, same as before, using a bit of sandpaper, and then I'm just going to crush these terminals a little bit with pliers, and then hopefully it will all work. Good thing about these ones here is you can see I've got full on access, because these just unclip little plastic connections. Right, okay, let's get going. Cleaned up and back in position. I haven't tried it yet. I'll try everything at the end. So now I need to look at this one here. So I need to undo this little screw here, and then hopefully it will come out. Or actually no, I think I need to I'll see. If it doesn't undo by doing that, then I'll have to take off this middle section, because this is under the middle section, but hopefully there's enough room there. And that will give us access to here. And I don't know, maybe this one is just going to be a faulty bulb. Let's see. Right, so it looks like it's just a quarter turn. I've had these off before, I'm sure, when I was doing the middle one, because this car had the missing middle one. There we go. There we go, excellent. Right. So, which one are we? We are this bottom one here. Oh, it's this one. Ah, there we go. This wire's undone. It's the same thing happening again. So I bet the bulb's going to be just fine. Let's, there we go. I've got plenty of room to work here. Let's measure the bulb. But it's this, yes, the earth clamps are just too loose. Look at that. Just come off too easy. I think the bulb's going to be fine. Again, meter set to continuity, and it's fine. Shake it around, it's still fine. So the bulb's fine. Do you know what? I'm happy about that, because it means hopefully by the end of the day it'll be all working without me having to buy any bulbs.
So on this one, I tried to crush the female spay terminal a bit to make it a better fit, and one side just disintegrated in my hand. So I'm going to have to crimp on a new little spay terminal. I already bought some of these ages ago, and they come with little rubber boots as well. I haven't got the right angled ones, but the straight ones that I've got, because they're a lot smaller than the type on the Rolls Royce, because the Rolls Royce ones are super good quality, then they equal about the same height, so I'm not going to foul anything when I put the plastic cover back on again. I probably could, if I shopped around, get some proper ones, but when you're buying generic ones off eBay and Amazon, they are unfortunately off a lot poorer quality. Saying that, they're not 35 odd years old. They're brand new, so hopefully they will still last many years into the future. So it's nice and straightforward to crimp a new little terminal on, and then I'll put the back cover back on, and now we can test the car to see if the three lights that weren't working previously are now working. Fingers crossed they will be.
Think yes or no? I think yes. So turn it on there. Let's get it started, because I'm going to be having the main lights on, and they'll probably just wear the batteries down. Right, so we're in park at the moment. Couple of pumps. There we go. Right, okay, first of all, indicator. So you can see it flashing there. Yes, I can see it flashing already. Results. Perfect. Right, I'm just going to put the hazards on, just to make sure that that's working as well. You can see it working there. Obviously, we tried all the other lights earlier. Now, let's put the hazards on. I love that colour there. And down there. Yeah, nice and bright. Fantastic. So, that was just a bad connection then. Bad connection everywhere. Working, 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 and working. Lovely. Right, now, let's put those full beams on, or whatever they are. Let's do this now, and let's see if those lights are working. Bingo! Excellent, they're working. I'm just going to get my dad out, because I'm not sure that the lights make any difference when it's on half or full. Oh, we can see it here. Sorry, we can see it. Okay, I don't need to. Watch this. That's half, and that's full. Can you see the difference? Obviously, it's not that dark outside yet. Half. Watch. Full. You can see it's illuminating more. Right, so all we have to do now is look into the reversing light. So what I'll do is I'll put this on the tripod and we'll see what's happening. Right, I'm going to watch back the video to see if the reversing lights work. Obviously, you already know if they do or not. My oh my, how successful has today been? What a result! No bulb changes, just bad connections. Looks so good when it was reversing there. This car's really starting to grow on me now. Right, I am well happy with the progress today. So basically, as far as I can see, all of the lights are working for the MOT. So I think we're getting very, very close now to being able to take it. Look at it, it's looking so good. Now that the sun's gone away, the chrome trim's looking better. Imagine if this bodywork was good. I'd be nearly there. Not the bodywork, the paintwork. The bodywork is good now. Well, I'm well happy. If you enjoyed the video, as normal, give it a thumbs up, and hopefully I will see you again on the next episode. I'm not sure what we're going to do. We have to fill the seat. Still got to do work for the seats on the inside. Need to get the hubcaps on. I just don't know. There's probably still lots to do when I start thinking about it. But yeah, it's really definitely coming along now. Starting to feel good about it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.
On the floor, looking up, wanting more. This is so unreal. I must have been wrong, 'cause your love is strong for him. Why would it not be? He's always there for you. I keep living alone. So far from home, free but ready to bleed from this.